Hi everyone, I'm Shani. I'm an educator, a life coach, and a yoga teacher.
And I'm Laura. I'm a proactive health strategist.
And together we are Doubly Well. Welcome to today's episode on Resolution Your New Year. Sounds fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Laura and I are not big on New Year's resolutions personally because over the years what we've experienced is watching people get gung-ho about something beginning January 1st, and then by end of February we see that people have kind of lost sight of their goals and not showing up for themselves the way that they said they would or wanted to. And so we want to talk about that, don't we?
Absolutely.
And how healthy or not that is.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't think it's that healthy to say, okay, this New Year's I am going to go to yoga every single day. And so they start going to yoga every single day, and then about 2 weeks in, they start going 5 days a week, then 3, then, we notice it in the yoga room by February. All those new people are gone.
But the old people are still there.
Yep.
Not meaning old by age, but the people who've created a life habit around it.
Right. And so just like Shani said, it's making life habits instead of New Year's resolutions. Because when you create a habit and all those little things that you do every day add up to something really big.
For sure. And they're sustainable. Right?
Absolutely. And sustainable is the number one thing. Seriously,
Right.
because that's why I think New Year's resolutions don't work.
Right.
People go so gung-ho and they're not sustainable.
And one reason that they're not sustainable, let's talk about sustainability for a moment. Do you mind?
No.
Okay. In my opinion, why a lot of things are not sustainable for people is because they choose something they don't even like or love. For instance, like if I decided on January 1st I was going to run 5 days a week, I would not want to do that. That was a great goal for me when I was in my teens and my 20s, but my body doesn't like it anymore and I don't want to do it. So if I set a goal to even run twice a week, I'm setting myself up to fail. And I'm setting myself up to feel bad about myself if I want to, right? And so part of sustainability is choosing things that you like to do. Notice we talk about yoga almost every time we're on there. We love yoga. We love yoga. We can't say it enough. We're the hotties who love yoga. We love the hot room. Okay, so it's easy for Laura to go to yoga however many times she does a week. I don't even know how many times she does.
Every day.
But it doesn't even matter to me because I see her there all the time. I see her happy when she's there. I see that she's thriving. I see it's working for her. Look at how healthy she is. She glows. She's fit. She's at the right weight level. She's happy. It's working for her. And same for me. Yoga is working for me. So my tip on sustainability, the most important tip is choose things that you would like to do or love to do, or at least enjoy enough that you want to show up for yourself.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, I've been doing this yoga for 17 years. I didn't start out doing it every single day.
Me either.
No, I went like once or twice a week, and then
Me
I'm like,
too.
God, I'm really noticing some good benefits of this. Maybe I should go more. And so then I started going more, and then I started going more. And then I got addicted, and I created a good habit for my life, for my health, and it was something that was sustainable because I loved it.
And everybody gets addicted or driven toward particular things, and if you're going to be addicted to something, be addicted to a healthy exercise. I mean, what's better than that, really? And just to hop on what Laura was saying, when I first started doing yoga, I went twice a week for like the first 4 years. And then around 5 or 6 years into my practice, I went 3 or 4 times a week. And I didn't really start going, I go almost daily. I didn't start doing that until like 10 years into my practice. I had young children. I had a career that I needed to show up for, and I had a lot of responsibilities. And yoga just, for whatever reason, I couldn't fit it in given my belief system and my tasks and everyone and everything I was responsible for. But I also didn't make myself try to go every day. I said, all right, I can go twice a week and maybe sometimes 3, and I did what worked. And over time, I carved out more and more time to do yoga, and I made different life changes in terms of my choices so that I could. Right? Because we all have 24 hours. We don't have more time than you. Nobody has more time. We all choose how to spend our time, giving certain parameters like work and family, etc., right?
Absolutely. And I love what she's saying because this is so, so true. When you are creating a new habit in your life, you really have to think about all the things that are happening in your life already. Like, do you have young children? Do you have a full-time job? Do you have a needy dog? Do you have, or taking care of a grandparent or a parent, or, there's so many responsibilities that so many of us have. So when you're going to look at creating new habits in your life, think about how you can work them to fit your lifestyle so you can make it become a habit and not start off so big and then know you can't continue to do it because of your lifestyle.
That's right. And if you are influencing anyone, like, if you're a parent or people are watching you and kind of, modeling their lives after you, it's especially important that if you're going to take on new things, you give yourself some flexibility and leeway and really think about what you're modeling for other people too. I want to talk a little bit more deeply about part of this. Another way to have success around this is to pre-plan. Here's an example for me. I like to juice. Laura likes to juice. Laura juices every day. I juice almost every single day, but sometimes I don't get it in because I'm choosing to do other things. But what I do is I shop for vegetables about every 4 to 6 days. And I have bags that I reuse over and over and over, and I create bags of days of vegetables. So I don't go into the fridge and go, I need this, and I need this, and I need this, and I need this. I take a bag out that's ready, and I juice. And every day my bag is ready so that if I am running short on time, I can quick juice in 5 minutes and be out the door or on to seeing a client or whatever it is. But it makes the opportunity for me to succeed higher.
Absolutely. And surprise, surprise, I do the same thing.
Don't you love Laura?
So I do celery juice, and I cut it up, I clean it, and then I put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in my fridge. And when those start running low, then I do my new celery, and so like she said, it's just so much more time efficient, and I don't have a ton of time in the morning always. I'm racing around, and so to have that bit already done is so awesome.
Right, and same for meal planning in general. I don't feel like I have the time to cook every day, every meal. And so I make meals in larger amounts and have leftovers. Or
Always.
Even when I know I'm going to have a really, really busy week, sometimes I'll buy some, vegan boxed meals or something like that, some pre-prepared things that are pretty healthy. I'm not super into buying pre-packaged things, but sometimes there's something has to give. And that's part of pre-planning, is knowing how busy you're going to be in the next few days or the next week and making accommodations. It's unrealistic to think every week's going to be the same, every day's going to be the same. You might wake up and have to shovel, and it may take 30 minutes, and that may cut into your, do your abs time or do your juicing time or, whatever it happens to be, walk your dog time, what else, Laura, in terms of being able to be successful at doing a lifestyle change? Go slowly, right?
Absolutely.
Like, it took me years. When I went gluten-free, reducing my dairy, reducing my sugar, reducing my meat, that was a year's worth, several years transition for me. I didn't just go cold turkey, like, I'm giving up everything, my whole way of eating and approaching life, and I'm going to just do it differently one day. That doesn't work for me personally. I'm a little bit change averse. I like things to be slow. I like them to be predictable. So, change one thing, add in another thing, do it a little bit at a time. Like if you're trying to reduce dairy, for instance, maybe you don't eat dairy every meal. Maybe you let yourself eat dairy once a day. And then maybe you eat dairy every other day. And then maybe you eat dairy once a week. And then maybe you don't eat it anymore or not. But we're just giving you an example of how to do it slowly, so that your body doesn't freak out, your mind doesn't freak out, and you find yourself in a frenzy or an anxiety or panic about, oh my gosh, I can't do what I committed to, now what? Now I don't feel good about myself, I don't have good self-worth, I failed myself. We don't ever want you to feel like that. And that's part of why we're here. We want to help you. We want to have fun with you. You want to help teach you things. We want to hear your questions. We want you to teach us things, so that we can all grow together, because every day is a growing opportunity, right? And every day is a transformation opportunity, but a little at a time.
And what I love that she's saying about this is the number one New Year's resolution most Americans make every single year is to lose weight. That is number one. So, just like she said about the dairy or the gluten and the things that she did, go slow.
Yep.
Don't be like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds this month.
Right.
No, you're not. Like,
Right.
30 pounds is a lot of weight.
Like,
you
how
know?
about a half a pound a week?
Yeah.
Or 1 pound a week.
And, you know, maybe what I did, I lost over 50 pounds when I was 25 years old. And how I did it was I would say, okay, what are 5 things that I can cut out that I won't like freak out if I don't have them?
Can I interrupt you for a second? I just
Yeah.
want to acknowledge you for that.
Oh,
Like,
thanks.
what an incredible transformation to your life. Like, I know you have something great to say here, but I just want to stop and tell you how proud I am of you.
Oh,
And what
you.
a great role model you are to do that for yourself and then to get in front of this camera and talk to other people about it. Thank you for doing that. I really admire
You're
that.
welcome, because it's not easy losing 50 pounds, you know, and I have been overweight my entire first 25 years of my life, and I've kept it off for the
Doesn't she look
last 20
amazing?
years.
Look at her.
I weigh less now than I did when I was in the 6th grade.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? But anyway, how I did it was there was 5 things. I was like, okay, what are 5 things that I can live without that I'm not going to freak out that I don't have? And I started with those 5 things, and then I'm like, oh, okay.
Can you give us an example of one of them?
Yeah, soda.
Oh, soda.
Soda was
Okay,
number
so
one.
if you're trying to do something with your weight or your nutrition, that's a thing you could try if you're a
Absolutely.
soda drinker, or if you're a juice drinker that has a lot of sugar and high calories.
And I was a big soda drinker. I grew up on soda. We had an extra refrigerator outside just for soda.
Okay, so I have a question for you now. See, I'm curious about this. If, now that you've done that, you asked yourself to give up 5 things. If you were going to coach other people on that, and Laura and I both do coaching with people, but if you were, would you tell them 5 things, or would you tell them 2 things, or 3 things, or 1 thing? Or looking
I would
back at
ask
it now,
them. I would
how
ask
many
them
they want to?
how many they can do without feeling super deprived, or you know, because I think I always tell people to transition slowly. Let's work slowly on this. Let's eliminate this and see what happens. Let's add this and see what happens. Let's, you know, and really, when I coach people, I really tell them they have to listen to themselves. They have to listen to their bodies. What is your body craving? What is it not? You know, I went vegan for a few years. That didn't work for me. I was vegetarian for a long time, but what I found is I need meat every once in a while. And I don't eat meat. I probably eat it once a week, if that.
So let's stop for a second here,
Yeah.
because this is really important, right? Like, Laura and I are such similar people in the way we live our lives and the lifestyles we've created, but we're different in this part. And let's just like really show people this, okay? You decided you could give up 5 things at once, and you did it, and it worked for you.
And I've never touched those again.
Okay, and she decided that, and it worked for her. So make note of that. I like to make 1 change at a time. Like I talked to you about, I first cut out wheat, and then I worked on sugar. But if you would have asked me to work on wheat, dairy, and sugar at the same time, that would cause me a lot of stress. And when you're trying to change your life, having a lot of stress does not help.
No.
Having anxiety, worry, depression about the kinds of changes you're making, that does not help. So let's be clear about that. Laura can do multiple things at once and be successful at it. I can do 1 thing at a time and be successful at it. That doesn't make it right or wrong, or she's better or I'm worse or anything like that. It's
So
about
it works for us.
and
you have to
know
find what
yourself.
works for you.
Yes, you have to know yourself. And so this is what I'm going to ask you. We're not finished talking quite yet, but I'm going to ask you, if you're wanting to change something and you're not sure how many things, make a comment. You know, you don't have to book a session with us. Just make a comment. This is what I'm thinking of doing. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is how hard I think that'll be. I personally think if something's harder than a 7 out of 10, it's going to be hard. And, you know, like for me, if you asked me to give up chocolate, I would hate that. I would hate that. That would not bring me joy. I love chocolate. I don't want to give up chocolate. And if you asked me to give up yoga, I would be really sad.
I'd freak out.
Right. So this is what we're saying to you is we're all attached to certain things. Some people are more attached to exercise. Some people are more attached to people. Some people are more attached to nutrition and other habits and ways of soothing themselves. You know, if you asked me to give up something else, like, you know, I don't even know what it would be, but You know, please, 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 if you have concerns or questions about this, ask us. This is why we're here. We're not just here to entertain each other, although we do have,
fun.
a lot of fun doing this. We are here for you. And New Year's is a really big time, and I think everybody feels a certain amount of pressure. Hey, it's a new year. I've seen a lot of posts lately from people like, what are you going to do with your December? It's the last month of the year. We're not here to pressure you. What we're here to do is de-pressure you, depressurize the situation. We're here to unresolution, meaning let's not set these lofty goals that we're going to have to like put everybody and ourselves in a stressful position to make it work. Let's go slow, let's be successful, and let's make it last. Laura, did you say you've been doing hot yoga for 17 years?
Yes.
And I've been doing it for 18 years. It lasts. And would you say that you've had good nutrition for at least 20 years?
Yes.
And I would say the same. And it lasts because we did it in a way that was really conscious, really mindful, and I didn't do it in a way that I needed support. I did it in a way that it wasn't too hard, that I could just manage it myself, and I didn't need a coach or someone to be accountable for. We're happy to help you be accountable, but I think that's something to take into consideration. If it's something that you can take a small enough chunk off, you can be accountable for yourself. And every day you can wake up and go, yes, I'm doing it. Yes, I love how I'm feeling. Yes, I'm so proud of myself. Yes, I'm still motivated and inspired to keep going.
Absolutely. You know, it's like we said at the beginning, it's the little things that add up to big things. And being consistent over a long period of time is what's really, truly gonna catapult all your success. Like, I like my body a lot right now. Like I've gotten really good muscle strength, but you know what? I've been lifting weights for 25 years. And 3 days a week, 25 years. It's not like I got muscle in a week, you know, or even a year. It took years to get where I am today. And I'm so grateful that I started when I was young. So all you 20-year-olds, take note of all this, because if you start some of these habits now in your 20s, you are so going to be happy in your 40s and 50s. You're going to be so grateful you did it.
That's right. You know, I feel almost a little emotional about this topic, because I wish that I had watched a video like this when I was 20. It would have helped me so much. I had so many growing pains about what was really going to work for me, and, you know, times that I did bite off too much and feel really bad about myself. So it doesn't really matter though. Like, I love what Laura said, and if you're young, please take our advice. But if you're not young, please take our advice. Like, it doesn't, you know, you can just start anytime.
Any age.
If you're alive, you can start. Okay, excuse us for a moment, our recording stopped. But what Laura was saying is, if you're young, please listen to this advice. You know, we both feel that if we had started young on some of the things we really love doing now, it could have made a world of difference, and we could have done it without a lot of growing pains. And with that, we also, what we were saying is, if you're older, also please consider this advice. You know, if you're alive, if you're breathing, you can still do the things you want to do. You can make little changes over time. It's never, ever too late to be a better person, to do more of what you love, and to be more healthy, and to learn about life and choices and how to do it right for you.
Absolutely.
That's right. Thank you so much for joining us. And Happy New Year. We hope you have the most wonderful New Year. We're here for you. We look forward to doing more episodes in the new year. And remember, you don't have to make resolutions. A little at a time. You can start today. You don't have to start on January 1st. You can start any time you want. It's your life.
Ditch them.
Have an amazing day.
Why are we here?
To have fun
and to help people.
Be well.
Have a great day.